Hello guys and welcome back to Basketball Report, and we are going to do our 5 final teams season preview, and it's the last conference of the West. But yeah, we are going to do the Dallas Mavericks, and we're gonna talk about what we expect from them this season and where we think they are going to rank. But yeah, without further ado,
Okay, so Mavs obviously a good season last season. Lost against the Clippers in 7. Previous season also lost against the Clippers in 6. So they've been doing good, doing on the up, but I expected better things from them in the off season. They only really acquired Reggie Bullock, which I think is a little bit underwhelming for this team. Apart from that, didn't really do much. Luka got an extension. I mean, we all saw that coming. But I would love to have seen more roster moves. They didn't have to do too much. They re-signed Tim Hardaway again. But like I said, I would love them to have maybe went out and tried to get some of the guys that were available, like for example Kemba Walker, who was on the market, as well as maybe Goran Dragic, Kyle Lowry, even DeMar DeRozan. Lonzo Ball was also available. There's quite a few nice, decent role players available in this free agency, and they didn't really go and get the man they needed. So,
they changed the coach also.
Well, Rick Carlisle's also not there anymore. So I mean, they did make moves, but I just feel like, look, with the whole Kemba thing, if Kemba was available, they knew they needed another ball handler to assist Luka, and I do think they need a guy who can take it up. Because Luka's
and maybe force it a bit.
I mean, Luka's obviously fantastic and his MVP potential, and I mean, I think he's gonna be in the MVP conversation this season. And I mean, I really do rate Luka Doncic. Don't get me wrong. I just feel like his usage rate is sometimes very high, and I understand you want your best player to have the ball a lot. But I just feel like a guy like Kemba or like Lonzo would have just been great just to take a little bit of that responsibility away from Luka. And I would think the whole dynamic of the team would also be much better if Luka just takes not a step back necessarily, but just give a little bit ball handling responsibilities to a playmaker, for example, so that he can still do his thing, but there's someone else who can do his thing as well, with for example with Porzingis. Incorporating him into the game.
My biggest problem with the team is they don't use Porzingis in the right way, and it comes to also I think management and coaching, and also Luka isn't the guy that likes to pass the ball a lot. And the thing is, when he's in trouble, then he passes the ball. And Porzingis isn't the spot-up shooter. He's a good shooter for a guy that's 7 foot. Porzingis is. We personally like him a lot. When he was at the Knicks, he was really good. I think he's still all-star potential player. He just needs to be, used right, because if you use him as a spot-up shooter, it's not going to work.
Yeah, he's basically doing like what they did with Kevin Love when he got at Cleveland, setting him into a spot-up shooter. And I mean, that's not Porzingis. Obviously, defensively, I mean, he's done wonders for this team. I mean, he's been very, very solid as the primary paint defender. He's got good lateral quickness for a big guy. I mean, look, this is a good team, and offensively, when they get hot, they get insanely hot. And I mean, look, this is maybe a team we've been a little bit too hard on. Just seeing back as 3 years ago, they were still in a rebuild. Luka only came in 2018. They only acquired Porzingis in 2019. So this is still a fairly young team. I mean, they didn't really had a really long rebuild. It was basically, okay, well, Dirk's getting older. We're going to be bad for a couple of seasons. We got a good pick. We took Luka. And that was basically it. So I think this team needs to just settle and just get into that groove, because every season they're improving. I think in last season they were 5th seed. Before that, I think they were the 7th seed. So there is a gradual improvement, and I think this season as well they will improve more. I just would have liked to see this team be a little bit more aggressive in acquiring the players. I mean, Reggie Bullock is solid,
but it's not the guy you need. Yes, he's a good role player and stuff, but he's not going to give you what maybe a Kemba is going to give you.
Or like Kyle Lowry, I mean, the options were there.
You.
It didn't have to be a long-term thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It could have just been a quick fix for now until they get their man.
Yeah, but the thing is, that's why they didn't convince me in the off season that they made the changes to go to the next step. Yes, Luka is absolutely brilliant. This guy is definitely going to be an MVP in the future. But the thing is, like Christian said, he needs someone to support him, shift the load a bit, because he's actually a shooting guard. He's not a point guard. So move him to shooting guard and get a point guard that does the work of a point guard.
I mean, he can still do his thing. I mean, I'm not saying don't let Luka do his thing. I'm just saying that they just need someone to help with the playmaking and help with, just creating a little bit more space and just open up a shot.
And one thing I also want to see is more pick and rolls, because they don't do that a lot. They have Powell and they also have Porzingis. And I think, play a bit with the pick and roll, because you have absolutely giant guys. They also have Boban on the bench, which is also one of the tallest players in the league at the moment. So maybe use the pick and roll a bit more. Don't go ISO. I don't know.
They got good spacing and they got good shooting. So I mean, that's basically what the Mavs are all about at this stage: is spacing and shooting.
But mix it up.
Yeah, from 1 to 5, everyone can shoot for free ball. Even guys like Maxi Kleber is a very solid 3-point shooter. Powell as well. Even Boban, going as deep as that.
He's odd.
Yeah,
odd 3-pointer he can.
But he can. That's the thing I'm saying. There's a lot of spacing, and obviously Tim Hardaway Jr. is also a great 3-point shooter. Luka is a high volume 3-point shooter. I wouldn't necessarily say he's a good 3-point shooter, but he is a high volume. But I mean, he's still young, so he has time to improve on that. I think this team is gonna be good this season. I think this team is gonna be strong this season. But I don't think I'm going to put them in that contending category just yet.
Yeah.
I mean, unless Porzingis, goes back to Nick's Porzingis and we see the same Luka, then definitely yes. But there's a mix between those players that needs to be, there's a balance. And I think for now, the main thing is how we're going to get that balance. They got good role players. They got 2 great stars, offensively and defensively.
They just need one more.
Just like that. We always say that 2.5, it doesn't necessarily have to be another all-star, doesn't have to be a Westbrook or Lillard, for example.
Jeremy Grant, for example.
Just like a Jeremy Grant or Kemba, or just someone. And that's the thing, that type of players were available. You can even pop DeRozan on this roster, extra 20 points per game, but they didn't.
But they didn't. So that's, I'm going to give my final prediction. I'm still going to say they're going to the semis, but their biggest hurdle, as we know, is the Clippers usually.
Yeah.
And I think it would be a dub if they go to the conference finals. But I don't see them going past that. If it works out, yes, this team is quite unstoppable. But the balance isn't still there, and they also didn't do the move. So I'm going to put them, I'm going to give them again 5 for, about there. Maybe 3 in the Western Conference. Yeah, I don't know.
I would also say something like between 3 and 6. I think that's a good place where you're going to see the Mavericks. I think it's going to be tight, so maybe on the higher end. They had a good preseason so far. But obviously there is some injury problems with this roster, as there always is. So on the high end of things, maybe 3. On the low end, 6. I hope I actually get past the first round. But I would say also semis. I don't think Western Conference is really there, but I think just getting past the first round is already a step in the right direction and something for them to build on for next season. So I think good playoff team, good regular season team, but not a contender yet.
So I think it's gonna be that. Please let us know what you guys think in the comments about the Mavs. It's our opinions, but let us know what you guys think. What you expect from the season, and and that's about that. And as always,
hit that jumper.
Oh, hey.